Hi, it's me, Kate, and welcome to my channel, Ilongga Yogi. Last Wednesday, I went live on my Instagram and nag-answer lang ako a few questions about mental health. And that's because ang last ko nga video was all about mental health. So, amo na siyang what I will try to do now every single week. I'll answer questions through Insta Live that relate to kung ano man ang topic ko the week prior. So like if today mga about my personal finances siya. So next Wednesday, expect that I'll go live late in the evening and answer more questions about budgeting and saving, anything na you want me to talk about. And I'll also like talk a little bit more about things na wala ko na discuss sa video nga ne. So definitely stay tuned every time I go live on Instagram. But amo na siya, last week I already mentioned sa stories or sa live nga ang next video ko was going to be about my personal finances. And this is one of my biggest and main goals gid like this 2020 because I've always had a so-so relationship with money, and now that I'm 28, though I really want to prepare for the future. And not only that, pero I was heavily inspired by Aja Dang, who is another YouTuber, and she was able to pay off all her student loans, pay off her debt on her own. Pero hindi lang muna, I was really inspired na after that, she started her journey again on saving and like making sure nga all set gid siya for her future, na even if let's say she gets married, gusto niya man gyapon financially independent siya. And amo ginang goal ko man, like I wanna make sure nga even if I have a partner, I wanna know and be aware and be responsible for my own money para wala bala problems like in a relationship, in a marriage especially, but also for me so that I feel confident, I feel secure, knowing na kaya ko man ang own ko nga money. So, amo gina siya. And especially when I started watching the financial diet on YouTube as well, mas pagid ako nag-learn more tips and advice on how to get started. Kaya I know I really am clueless when it comes to money, when it comes to banks and all these stuff, like super duper clueless gid ko, and it's very intimidating sa akon. So the fact that I was able to understand and really use ang mga advice ng the financial diet, I find that maybe all of you will be able to learn from that too, and will be able to use that and apply it sa imo man nga life. So, amo na siya. This is very important man sa akon kay I think that in order to be fully like healthy and well and live a balanced life, every aspect of your life needs to be good, like in check. And ako for the longest time, ang money side of my life is just a little bit unstable for different reasons man. And so amo ni nga this was my chance to focus on that already because I felt like everything else in my life is somewhat okay na, like I'm able to manage it properly. Amo na lang gid ni ang like problematic in a way. So I think that if you have money problems, it really affects your mental health, it affects your physical health, your well-being, everything. So that's why this is an important topic for me to also share on my channel. So for this video, i-explain ko what I do to manage my money on a daily basis, and then what I do to save, how I save my money, and I'll talk a little bit about my sources of income, not too much, but just so you're aware of how I'm doing everything. And take note nga base for you hindi ni siya mag-work. Let's say if once you finish the video, you realize like, I think everything she said is completely wrong. Okay lang na, I understand. That's fine. I mean, for me, we all have different ways of saving. I'm not saying na my method is the right way. I'm not saying my method is wrong either. For me, amo ni siyang go work. And so, basiya for you, lain ang imo yang way of saving. And okay lang gina siya. And maybe ako man, since this is fairly new because I only started it at the beginning of this year and it's only Feb, moving into March pa lang kita. So maybe the second quarter of the year I realized nga hindi na ni siya effective, and okay man na yan sa akon. This is all part of the journey and it's all a learning experience. The point is, the most important point for me is that I'm starting and I'm doing it and I'm committing to it, and that's that. Okay, so here we go. So thanks to the financial diet, I realized and learned that I have to put away several different savings. Emergency savings, retirement savings, long-term savings, and short-term savings. One thing that the financial diet mentioned sa mga videos nila, sa mga advice nila, is to never let money like pass through your hands or ever like land on your lap, or else you will really be tempted to spend that money. So as much as possible, if kaya, all the money that is meant for saving or for paying off bills, make sure nga it goes somewhere else right away and it doesn't go through your wallet. For me, super helpful gini siya. Kay there have been many times when I've attempted to save money, and because I keep that saved money like within my room or within sight, there are times, let's say, na I have to spend on something and wala ko cash on hand, and I'll be like, okay, siguro I'll just get from my savings and then return it. Pero sometimes, wala ko na siya, hindi ko na siya ma-return, you know? So that really does happen. And so ang amoto nga advice, I really took it to heart and committed to that, and made sure na all the money that's meant for me to save, that's meant for me to pay off anything, hindi gid siya magkanto sa ako. Like, it has to go somewhere else, and like keep it there and not touch it or see it. Out of sight, out of mind. The next advice na I learned was to open up several different accounts, bank account, savings account, for several different purposes. So you have one bank account, let's say, for your emergency savings, another one for your long-term savings, another one for your short-term savings, another one, let's say, for a future business that you want to put up, another one for, let's say, a car that you're saving up for. So like putting it in different bank accounts so that you can track on how much you have for this particular saving, or for this particular whatever, basta just spreading it all over, so that for one, it's harder to access and then so that you can actually see the amount and how much more you have to save. The next advice was to find ways nga increase ka sang sources of income mo. So like to have more sources of income. And for me, I'm lucky enough nga I already have several sources of income, and I'm still like growing that as well. I'm in the process of adding another source of income soon. So amo na siya. I find that that's very helpful, and do less ang pressure. Because like for me, I have one source of income that's very consistent and I can rely on that, but it's not like big or huge or anything. It's just enough to get me by. And then another source of income, although the second source of income nakon is not very predictable, so medyo struggle na siya, but it's okay, like kaya pa naman siya. And then another source of income that heavily relies on my effort, so amo lang na it's kind of makapoy, and you know, pag amo na ang situation, I can easily get drained out, or though it depends gid siya. So it's also not reliable, pero it could also be enough man if I really like put in the work. So I want to share, I have several sources of income, and then soon I'll have another one, I hope, that's a lot more stable, I really hope. But of course, it's still unsure man and unpredictable, but I want to share, like finding ways to turn your passions, your skills into something that you can earn money off of, and then finding multiple sources of income so that you have like all these different incomes for different savings, for different things, for different accounts. So I find that really, really helpful. The final tip na I learned was the 50-30-20 trick, which is 50% of your income, no? 50% goes to bills, 30% goes to personal expenses, and then 20% goes to your savings. And so far, I think na very effective gini siya sa akon. Kaya with every source of income I have, matrack ko gid siya, and nakalist gid na siya na nga like 50% of this will go to bills, 30% is something I can use, you know, for whatever I want, but 20% will always be for savings. And I find nga ang 20% is like the perfect amount when it comes to savings, kaya it's not too heavy, but it's not too little either. So for me, go working na siya. However, ang struggle ko subong is ang sa 50 kag 30 ang expenses and ang bills. Kaya I actually don't pay that many bills. Very low lang ang bills ko. It's ang sa personal expenses ko na medyo tricky, kaya I do spend a lot like on food. Amo gina siya nga ako yung big expense every day. And so I'm still adjusting dira, like learning what I can do to make sure nga hindi man ko mag-struggle during the month, and I won't struggle like making ends meet. Pero I don't know, I'm still figuring that one out. But so far, ang 50-30-20 method is like easy for me to do, easy to keep track, and I like it, but I feel like I might adjust that in the near future. So now that you know the different methods that I applied sa life ko when it comes to my personal finances, here's what I did after that. The first thing I did was to map out kung ano ang sources of income ko. So like I mentioned earlier, I have several sources of income, and I listed it down so that I can actually see, and then I linked each source of income to a specific like goal or savings that I have. So like, for example, one of my sources of income is the savings from that is what I use to save for my emergency savings, kaya I know nga mo ni siya ang mas stable. Another source of income is what I use to save for long term, and then another source of income is for short term. Doon mo na siyang guaya. And then eventually, when I have extra sources of income in the future, I hope it'll make it easier to like funnel through and make sure na I have, I put into this savings and that savings and this savings. So, amo na siya. It was very helpful, and I really listed it down kung ano ang roles ng each source of income, what's it gonna pay, ano ang gamiton ko sa expenses, sa bills. Basta all of that. I made sure to map it all out so that it's clear to me and aware gid ko like where my money is going and where my income's going and what I do with the money. The next thing I did after that was open several bank accounts, because now I know nga I have like 3 gid nga important nga savings, ang emergency, ang long term kag ang short term. Kay ang retirement savings, I'll do that once I finish my emergency savings and once I pay off some of my debt, let's say. Amo na siya, like later on ko na siya himon para hindi taman ka-heavy man sa akon. But I started opening several different bank accounts, and amo na siyang like favorite part ko. Like kagina when I said na that was like the most effective for me, and I really love that advice. Kaya for me, it just makes the most sense. The more difficult it is to access your money, the better. Kaya para hindi mo siya pagtandugon. So I opened a different account for my emergency savings, and what I did was, because ang sa emergency savings ko, hindi ko gid gusto pagtandugon like whatsoever. Like I want it to stay untouched for at least 1 year lang, para mag-accumulate gid siya. What I did is I did ang automatic nga gabuhin siya sa akon nga bank account, sa akon gid nga account, and then that money is also used to do gina-investment siya kumbaga, and so there's a possibility of it growing pa in the future, especially if hindi ko siya pagtandugon in a year. So muna siyang kumbaga ang goal ko, which for me is so much better, so that at least though once after like a year, somewhat do medyo mas dako gamay ang akon nga na-save kaysa if I just like put it out and just saved it, So muna siya. But I'll change that like after I finish ang sa emergency savings ko, if I've completed like how much I want, kasi diba it's supposed to be like 3 to 6 months worth of your personal expenses, your bills, your expenses to help keep you going. So I know na I don't spend that much naman here, so manageable man siya. So I really hope in a year, kaya ko na siya ma-achieve. Amo na. So one bank account for emergency savings, another bank account for my long-term savings, which I do not touch at all. I never like withdraw from that. No transactions happen. And amo lang gina siya, take note, amo lang gina siyang unod sa account. It's just the savings money, so that I know like how much I have gid, and para hindi gid ko matempt na buhinan siya. I have another bank account for short-term savings as well, and then I have another account. I opened another account for bills. So diba, like I mentioned earlier, I do the 50-30-20. So 50% of each source of income goes to bills. So what I do is, kung magabot ng isa ko ka source of income or isa ko ka income, 50% gina-transfer ko na siya sa amuning account, so that I keep track of all my bill money, like my bills money, sa amunang account. And that's that way, hindi ko na pagtandugon din ng other accounts. They stay as is throughout the entire month. And very, very effective siya for me. Amo na ang the easiest way for me to save money, and I really love that advice. So, pag sa personal expenses ko naman, I just withdraw that money and I make sure nga hindi ko man gina-withdraw tanan, do ginamatamat ko man siya, of course, so that also I can track how much I spend and how much I take from my accounts. Hi! So, nag-change lang kita sang location kay I'm in my bedroom now and I'm on my computer and I'm gonna show you basically kung another trick, another tip that I've learned. So, I hope you can hear me kay medyo may construction sa guwa sa subong. So, fingers crossed you can still hear me. Anyway, so the next thing that I do to track my expenses is to keep or track or kind of encode everything sa Google Sheets. So that's what I use. And I have different spreadsheets for different purposes. So I have one for my daily expenses, and then I have another one for my budget per month, para aware ko like per month how much I'm supposed to spend, what can I let go of, what can I kind of adjust, and then I have another spreadsheet that's meant for my my income. So the income that comes in, I take note kung what date I received it, kung how much na siya. And then nakalist man like tanan ko nga mga sources of income as well, and then di ba ang percentage, so what goes to savings, how much na siya for that month, personal expenses, ang bills ko, amo na siya. And then I have an account for each, or a spreadsheet for each of my bank accounts, everything that goes in and out. So gina take note ko gina siya, kag gina keep track ko gid siya. And so that's what I do, and basically every day gina-try ko gid nga kay if not malimtan ko gid siya. So every day I make sure nga i-katuan ko gid ne, kag i-type ko kung ano ang gin spend ko for the day, everything, even sa tricycle or sa jeep or sa gas, like everything, all the money that I receive as well. If let's say gintagaan ako gift sang tita ko a little bit of money, then I'll take note of that as well, para I always know like where am I getting my money for all these different things. That's what I do. And then siguro like once a week gina-check ko gid ang akon accounts, gid ya bank accounts ko, just to make sure nga I haven't lost any money, or I know if tsakto gid man ang ginpang spend ko sa account ko, if if I really did receive money, just to know kung what is all the activity going on sa akon nga mga bank accounts. And it's so easy now kay you can do everything on your phone. So amo na siya, sometimes even more than once a week, twice a week gina-check ko gid na siya each bank account on my phone lang, and it makes it so easy. Like mobile banking is like heaven sent, yeah. Okay, I don't even have to leave. And amo ginang hate ko, like I love doing everything from home. So the fact na maka-transfer ko money like just through my app, GCash, I like love it kay wala sang mga extra nga patong, diba, convenience fee, like wala sa mga muna. So like yes. and that's that, and it just makes it easier to keep track of money and to be more responsible with some money, because everything you can do at home or sa phone mo na wherever you are. So amo na siya. And I really like this method kay dili ko gid makita nga okay, I spend so much gali on food outside when I eat out, so I should adjust that. Yeah, this is very helpful. So I know na it's a lot of work to do, pero if you prefer, you can also try mga other apps on your phone that help you keep track of your budget, of your money. Pero I used those before and I find nga hindi siya mag-work sa akon. I like this better, like spreadsheets better, so that I can really see everything, and it's very easy to manage and to like adjust things if needed, and pwede mo siya ma-customize to how you want it. Although I don't get like ang mga pie graphs or charts, like wala ko siya ginamo na so far. Pero maybe in the future, if mas nag-complicate na bala, or once I have like even more expenses and more sources of income, let's say more bills to pay, then maybe that's the time that I need it to be a little bit more complex. Pero for now, it's very simple, as you can see, and it works. So, amo na siya ang way ko of managing my finances. I find nga So far, okay man. I know that's very early to say, and to be honest, ang first month ko gid of doing this, it was very, very hard. Kaya I was anxious like the entire time. Every single day, like kulbaan ko mag-spend any sort of money because I was so afraid na maubusan ko. I felt like it was like kulang ganyang money ko every single day, kaya I was putting it out to more important things, and it was so hard for me to adjust gidya. Kay before ang lifestyle ko, I don't like shop, I don't spend on like clothes and shopping and all of that stuff, or traveling. I don't do that. I spend on food, as in food gidya ang number one ko gidya expense. And I love to like eat out every now and then. I don't eat sa mga expensive pero when you eat out, accumulate gid siya eh. And I love like going to coffee shops and just hanging out there and getting coffee, and amo na bala like amo gina yung lifestyle ko ever since. So I had to stop all of that almost pretty much, or lessen at least. And though it was difficult, kay kumbaga like all my friends or ang family ko, they continue on with those ways. Tapos ako, it's kind of hard for me to say no or to explain to them nga amo na bala kay hindi ko man gusto magabas sila nga like wala akong kwarta, sorry. It's just more of like I'm trying to prioritize other things. So though I would always like have to say no to several like dinners or lunches out. Kaya muna mo, I don't have money to spend. And so though namaguhan gid ko, it was a bit hard, and I remember like crying on some days, some nights, kaya mo gid ko worried, oh my God, wala na ko kwarta for my gym membership and all of that stuff. But I think na towards the end of the month, and especially now sa second month, moving into the third month already, though mas okay na ko, though mas at ease na ko and calm, like so much calmer now. And that's because though I remind myself to always live as if, nga the universe is very abundant, and to trust the universe, to trust nga everything will, work out no matter what. Basta just, you have to just be calm and enjoy, but also do your work, like be responsible as well when it comes to money. And for me, like that's how I like to see things, so that I don't come from a place of like kulang or not enough, or feeling ko do insecure when it comes to money. I still want to just be me and be confident and be happy and enjoy and be at peace, pero of course more responsible lang, and see the world nga as very abundant, na whenever I need it the most, I know the universe will find ways, will conspire to give these things to me if I really deserve them or if they're meant for me. So though amo na siyang akon nga way of thinking now, and I think that's better. It's a positive way of looking at things kaysa nga maging negative lang ko nga why ko kwarta, I'm so poor. Like I'm very careful about what I say and what I think, kaya amo gina mabalik na siya simo. So that's another thing to remember. Another aspect that's part of this journey is learning to be positive gid, and learning to be hopeful all throughout this journey, because it's scary. It really is scary, and money is sometimes the root of all our problems. Pero I don't want to see money like that. I want to see it as a friend, as a way that allows me to see new things, do new things, that gives me opportunity. So amo na siya. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Thank you for staying hasta gid sa end. I know that this is a very serious kind of video, though it's different from the usual content na I give. Pero I hope nga may na-learn gid ka mo, and you were able to sit it out till the end. And make sure nga to like this video if may na-learn ka mo, if you really appreciated one of the tips that I shared with you, and comment that kung ano man na siya ang you think is really helpful sa imo nga i-try sa life mo man. And then follow me on Instagram at Ilongga Yogi. Subscribe to this channel so that it really helps me out. So turn on nyo lang ang post notifications, ang do bell icon, bala i-press nyo lang na para nga ma-notify ka mo whenever I post a new video. Since right now do ay ako sa adjustment period, and so may mga days nga I'll miss a day out, or do malate lang gawa nga akon nga upload, pero I'll make sure nga try ko gid every week may aragid ko yung content nga i-post and share sa inyo. What else? Lang na, I guess. Yeah, yeah, so to stay updated lang on my Instagram, kay I'll be going live every now and then and sharing what my next video will be about. And again, if you have questions about budgeting, saving, anything about money, and you want to ask me that, you want me to answer that for you, you can comment it, you can DM me, private message me on Instagram, i-story ko man na siya soon, or private message me here, or email me as well, ilonggayogi@gmail.com. And I guess that's it. So thank you again, and have a great day, and I'll see you again on my next video. Bye!